My name is Werner Karl. I'm from Germany. I was born in 1962 and into a family actually of coal miners, so I'm the first one who actually went to university in my family. You see, this friend of mine, Idana, from Ghana, he came to visit me in Germany. And also when he listened to the songs, he and just encouraged me, to record it.
He would never miss the opportunity of playing me some track from his acoustic guitar. It was during the playing of these tracks that I said, look, Reverend, I think that it's high time we get these things recorded. He said, yeah, Idana, I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, but, how do I go about it? I said, look, if you don't mind, I could serve as a producer. And also, I know a few musicians in Ghana who are good, and I believe if we blend their music together, it will help with the album. And these musicians that I had in mind were, Aaron Bebe, who is also at the University of Ghana, Dela Botre, who, a very exciting flutist. And so, anytime he played this acoustic guitar, I started gelling and mixing them with the sounds of Aaron Bebe and then Dela Botre. And I thought that it would be really interesting if we got these two together. So we decided that, yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Because of what I did last time. I played with him last time, as I told you, I think 7 years ago, I played with him. And this year he's coming to do the same project, and I think because I did well, he loved what I did, so I have to be part of the next project.
I have always liked this kind of combination with music from different ethnic background coming together. It's one of the best music that I like.
I see music as universal. Music is not Ghanaian, or music is European, or music is American. But the thing is that music is one language that everybody can speak in the world. And music is what can unite people, because if you listen, a Ghanaian can listen to a classical music. The same Western people also listen to African music, which you don't even understand what the lyrics, everything, but they are enjoying.
These songs also have a meaning. First of all, they bring to expression, at least that first song, God Has Met Us All One People, what I believe Christianity is all about, to bring people together. From wherever they come from, regardless of their origin and their way of life or what have you. God has made us all one people. Actually, this is not only a church song, it's a universal song. If you are Christian or if you are Muslim, we are all together. So in a way, it's also a peace song. In the 90s, and when I was pastoring a church, I had in my church an African church. That means Africans, most of them Ghanaians, by the way, who formed their own church or congregation, and they were looking for a room. So they approached me and asked me, and I said, okay, man, it's great that you're here, so use our church premises for your services. So the Africans would come in the afternoon, while we, the Germans, would be there in the morning with our service. And I would always stay on up to the afternoon, and then also engage myself in the service. And so they had a very good band. We had a great band. So I used to play the electric guitar in the church. So I picked up, a bit high life, and African rhythms and all that kind of stuff, which was great. And then eventually when I came to Ghana and stayed here for about 3 years, from 1999 to 2002, of course I had my guitar here, and I got to know great musicians, Atongo Zimba, John Collins, Aaron Bebe, and others, and I would just play with them.
One day I was in the club playing, and somebody just came in and told me that somebody's looking for me to play saxophone somewhere. And I said, who is that? He said, it's a white man from Germany. He's ahead of me, and he wanted me to play saxophone for him. So I said, okay, yeah. And that's why I knew him.
Reverend, I think we have jammed together before at Legon one time. You know, he came with his guitar, and I was sitting under the tree with my saprowa and my drum. And before we say jam, we started jamming together, and it was really interesting.
I was amazed when I heard the song. I was like, wow, how can a white man play our song in a different twist? You know, he changed everything. And I really like that arrangement.
And the longer I stayed here, the more I could pick up the rhythms here, the local rhythms. I remember one time I woke up in the morning, I had the rhythm on my mind, so I played it on my guitar. I rushed to the musicians at Legon, at the music department, you know, and to show it to them. You know, that's why we know that rhythm is a Ga rhythm, a traditional Ga rhythm. I say, what? I just woke up with that rhythm in my head. Where I grew up, we had a very active church, you know, so many of us got really involved in church activities. In church they offered a course in guitar playing, and that's where I learned my guitar, playing guitar when I was 12 years old actually. So the guitar has become a symbol of me actually, so the guitar is always with me, you know. And then again, you know, during the time of the peace movement, that was 78, 79, until 83 maybe or so, I wrote many songs, actually many peace songs. I studied, for example, for a couple of years in Göttingen, which is a university town in Germany. I played street music, you know, as a student. And then I studied also in the States, in Atlanta, Georgia. I also took my guitar, and I was invited by, so many times by the Goethe Institute in Atlanta, and by different German departments in the southeast of the States, you know, to come and perform some of my songs, which was actually great for me.
It's always been the dream of Reverend to help people, especially he's always been moved by the blind people in the Akropong School for the Blind. And so the idea of an NGO has been in the background for a long time, and I think that with these two dreams that I share with Reverend, he wanting to help the blind and me wanting to help people who have talent in multimedia, I think we will set up an NGO, one through which I can impart the knowledge that I've been able to acquire to the very unfortunate ones back in the north and elsewhere in Ghana who are so talented in various fields of multimedia, and yet have not had the opportunity to get trained.
This song says, die Häuser sollen nicht brennen, houses shouldn't burn, bombs you shouldn't know. The night should be there for sleep, and nobody should cry, you know. And then the chorus goes, come, let us stand together now for the peace on earth.
And that's how the world should be, that we go and work during the day, meet friends, have fun, and when it's night, you know, you go to bed peacefully. For me, this song was also some kind of an inspiration to do something.
I was surprised when I first heard the first sound bites which Yedana brought to me. I agreed to do the CD launch because Dr. Karl is from Essen. He's a German who works with artists, with Ghanaian artists with whom we work here too, like Della Botri. And I know Yedana, and I have quite a good impression of his work. So when I heard the music, I was actually expecting something more African, more Ghanaian, but it's a really interesting mix between German, Ghanaian, and also kind of American music. And I know that Dr. Karl has worked also in the United States. So the music has a drive, has a different energy, and I think this is quite interesting, and I'm really looking forward to that launch.
Asida yerimonia me, yerimonia me, yerimonia.